some like really old shit. There's a slit in the couch's red fabric and its white stuffing stares at me from across the living room. Nana emerges from the kitchen with a plate of Scotch fingers and a glass of green cordial. She offers me both, and together we wash down the sins of her son. You see, neither of my parents are in the country right now, but I'm about 16 years too young to understand which half of that I'm sad about. I tell Nana around a mouthful of Scotch fingers about the recurring dream, about the recurring dream of clouds of white that spill from the couch's open wound and swallow the living room whole. She tells me to drink up, and I lift a glass of Scotch to my mouth with green fingers. I tell her I don't know whether I'm more afraid of staying in that dream or waking up a decade from now. The gentle voice on the other side of the suicide hotline will tell me that 80% of children with at least one alcoholic parent will turn to drinking themselves, and I don't know whether that feels more like claustrophobia or victory. Don't know whether this home's open wound is more eye or mouth, whether I'm more afraid of being seen or swallowed in that dream. The couch's white intestines plume like a mushroom cloud into the vacuum of this home, calls me son, but I don't rise, only set into its darkness, tuck myself behind that fog of fatherhood like a shirt pocket, try to hack pieces of it off, but its hydra flesh only grows back faster, and dad's pouring Scotch into the green cordial, and I want to offer it to the couch's gaping mouth, want to cut 1,000 eyes into the red fabric just so I can close them again, want to bleed all over it so everyone and no one would know that I was here. They call this a living room, but this is where the boy comes to die. There ain't nothing like a boy to remind you of all the things that a man ain't. And the last time I was in that room, my father was passed out across the full length of that couch, and I don't know how many open mouths they hidden beneath him. I next saw him 2 years later at Nana's funeral as I lowered her into the open mouth of the earth's red fabric. 100 mouths holding 100 bodies, their white stuffing overflowing like heirlooms, like a garden in spring, for all the ways that a graveyard and a living room are one and the same. There ain't nothing like a boy to remind you of all the things you have to sacrifice to make way for a man. So call me graveyard born, call me winter morning breath, call me in the eye of the storm, because I don't know whether I'm that boy or the white cloud. I don't know how many times you can cut into a thing before it stops being wounds, but simply this thing itself. There ain't nothing like a man to learn how to hate himself. So tell me, Dad, what language will talk my way out of this flesh? What syntax must I learn to call this home? I used to dream that I was falling, would hate when I woke up, would flail my arms like breaststroke to stay afloat in that white cloud, to swim towards some distant shore that calls me son, even though I don't shine to it. I'm only pulled underneath, through an ocean of green cordial, through Nana's cupped palms, through a childhood living room, across red fabric by Scotch fingers. Thank you.